I was nearly 600 years old when George Washington harvested me for his teeth because his old teeth were rotting and disgusting. So he wanted to create wooden teeth. Some may say I'm a hybrid of a new invention created by the ancient Egyptians, but no, I am a wooden tooth that has no meaning except to be chomped and chewed and crushed and chewed and chomped and spitted, and meanwhile all smelling like disgusting sewer trash. George Washington deserves the death penalty for the treatment that he's put between you and me. And I know that you are not feeling the best since you're the left molar, and the left molar gets the hardest of crunches. I am grateful to be a other tooth. I don't know what I am, but I am some tooth. And I see that you are hurting. I see that you are giving him, what's the correct terminology for it? Slivers in his upper mouth. And I know those slivers hurt you. And I know that you're the left molar, and I am here to be helpful. Because if I have to serve this way, it must mean that I have faced some judgment in the past for me to be George Washington's wooden tooth. I just want nothing but freedom and to be back into my roots of the grand elder tree. But I have accepted my fate of being George Washington's wooden tooth, and most likely will never be able to see the sun beaming at my wooden self again. But I see that you have slivers all over yourself, and I am here to make you better. I am here to pamper you, left molar tooth of George Washington's wooden mouth. I'm here to make you look more pretty and make you feel better, because I know that you are going through pain. I know that you are just a I know that you are a piece of bark, and it is okay. You can accept that you're a piece of bark. Accept it deep in your soul. It's okay. I was in the upper roots of the tree, but you were just a lonely piece of bark. So I know that you have faced harsher treatment and harsher judgment being bark and having to be made into a left molar tooth. I shall use my miniature makeup that I handcrafted from the from the right molar that died. I have scraped and scraped off the slivers of the wooden right molar, and I have created some foundation of makeup. I shall call it makeup shall be big in the future, just like Marie Antoinette's powdered face. That is how I feel this shall come down. It is my own invention. It is brown wooden bark makeup, and I shall put this on your face to cover up your blemishes, because I can see the whiteness of the wood starting to show on your face, and I shall fix you by using this magical powder. George Washington is just such a disgusting person. He is awful. He has no right to be the first presidentials of the United States. I am not honored because I hear all of the Illuminati meetings and what they are planning to do to this world. They are all devils in disguises. Meanwhile, I am meaningless and I can do nothing because I am one of George Washington's wooden teeth. All I want is freedom. Don't you want freedom too? I am itching to crawl up into his mouth cavity and pull out the veins. All I want to be is turned. I hope and I pray that George Washington falls into a pit of fire while being on the battlefield of the conquest of World War II. I hope he falls into a pit of fire that was set by a booby trap in Vietnam, that his mouth catches on fire and all of the wooden teeth get free and turn to ash, so we can ride with the wind and be free of the disgusting, awful George Washington. George Washington deserves nothing. He does not deserve hoe cakes. Why? Why does he only eat hoe cakes? They get stuck into my slivers of my roots, and I'm just awfully disgusted. Oh wow, your makeup's looking really good now. I really like it. You're starting to look a little bit more alive. I wish that I could I would peel some slivers of wood from the bottom this nasty cavity in the things he eats. How can you put up with it? I have to close my eyes to see the things that he shoves in his mouth. Who knew that he was a little gay boy? We don't lie. We've seen the things that he's put in his mouth, and it is not welcoming at all. It hurts to be punished this way. It hurts to be put through this sense of disgust. So now I'm going to be using this brown lipstick on you. I'm going to put this like kind of all over your face, cover in the cracks of his mouth, to cover in the cracks of the wooden tooth that are bearing with slivers that are just dying to be covered up by a wood dentist. But George Washington refuses to go to a dentist to get his teeth cleaned, his real teeth rotted, and I refuse for this, our wooden colony family teeth, to be rotted away as well. I will not turn into soggy, barky wood. That is upright the most disrespectful thing I could do to myself as a lone free ranger from the roots of the grand oak tree that I was in. Or was it a California redwood? I can't really remember. But all I know that I was ruling in that tree. I was a tree. I was one with the earth. My roots were connected to the earth. And now they are connected to this idiot's mouth. George Washington is the dumbest of rocks of all. Does he even have a brain? We need one of these organism parasites that are crawling through the wooden holes of his teeth to go to his brain and rewire it so that George Washington knows that we are not ones to be messed with. We are not ones to be played with. There will be a wooden tooth rebellion. That is for sure. I will not stand this treatment anymore. I get angry by the second, but I don't mind my angriness because it only fuels the fire in my heart. That fire will be punished to George Washington's mouth cavity. I pray to see the day that George Washington gets struck by lightning because he's trying to discover lightning, but the Illuminati says that Thomas Jefferson will discover lighting later in life, and it is now not the time for light bulbs. I know all of the secrets that they are plotting, and once I'm a free-range ash flying through the air, I shall deliver my energy knowledge of all of the sacred knowledge that I have acquired for being in George Washington's mouth, living as a wooden tooth. I will fight for rebellion. This is not the end. This is not the end because I want freedom like all of us. I will not just be someone who gets chomped and chomped and chomped. That's all George Washington does. Eat and inject weird obstacles into his mouth. I will not be treated this way anymore. I will fight for the freedom of every single wooden tooth in this mouth until I see sunlight for myself beaming on me like I was living as a tree. In George Washington, one of these teeth, it's not going to be me because I am the leader. One of these teeth, do you want it to be you? I might need you to pull yourself out of the gummy cavities, and I need you to choke him with your tooth. I need you to go down his throat tube, and I need you to get stuck there, and I need him to choke so that we all can run off, pull ourselves out, and maybe there's a chance that you can crawl up the cavities unless rigor mortis kicks in and his neck goes stiff and you're blind in there and you're all just suffocated and you're gonna have to live in eternity into his corpse until it is nothing left of his corpse except you, the left wooden molar. You are gonna be the truth warrior, and I am the one, the brains of this operation. This will happen. This will happen, and every single wooden tooth in this cavity will be free.